Welcome to Guru Trader video for Thursday, June 24th, 2010. Here's the 7 market movers that we're watching today. 3 new symbols, 4 follow-ups. On the TSX Venture, following up on CNE Canacol Energy Limited, 80 cents, up 3. Also on the Venture Exchange, following up on GNH, Golden Hope Mines Limited, 62 cents, down 2. Also following up on GBB, Gold Bullion Development Corp, 66 cents, down 3. And also on the Venture Exchange, new symbol EGM, XL Gold Mining Inc., 12.5 up 2. Following up on the TSX symbol SBB, Sabina Gold and Silver Corp again, 252 down 4. And on the AMEX, new symbol ADG, Allied Defense Group, 406 up $1.42. And lastly, on the NASDAQ, a new symbol MIPI, Molecular Insight Pharmaceuticals Inc., 221 up 61. Let's take a closer look at these stocks. Okay, I haven't been putting out videos every day. We're going to continue not putting out videos every day until this market wants to cooperate. We mentioned a few videos back the Fibonacci retracement levels. The Dow seems to be holding that 10,100 level, but not really breaking to the upside above that 10,400 level. So until it does, we're just going to keep our powder dry and monitor things. We're having a hard time coming up with 5 to 7 stocks a day, and there's a couple funky ones at the end here that we'll mention that normally we wouldn't be mentioning a few months ago when everything was flying. But anyway, following up on CNE Canacol Energy on the Venture Exchange, 80 cents up 3, 4 million shares traded, showed up on the volume actives. It's a $337 million company. The 52-week high was 84 cents, which it did on April 12th. Right here, the low 14.5, which did July 30th of last year. We added them, I think, in March of 2009. So it's done very well. Now, since this high of 84 cents on April the 12th, it's gone sideways, almost perfectly sideways. There was support here because they did a large financing. And why did they do the financing? I think this news release yesterday explains that. Canacol wins 4 E&P contracts in the Ronda Columbia 2010 exploration bid round in Colombia. E&P, that's exploration and production contracts. Very prospective basin in Colombia. They're exploring in Guyana, Brazil, and Colombia. So you may want to check that one out. We still like it technically, fundamentally, short, near, and long term on any type of dips. So and this is our 6th post on Canacol since October 19th of last year at 42 cents. So moving on, GNH, Golden Hope Mines Limited, also on the Venture Exchange, 62 down 2, 1.5 million shares traded, $61 million company. 52-week high was 73 cents, which it did yesterday. The low was 3 cents, which it did on August the 6th. Had a gradually sloping chart here, slid back a little bit, and then when it popped through here and broke that high again, that's when we started mentioning G&H. This is our 3rd post since 28 cents on January the 26th. So there was also news on the company yesterday. That's another reason we're mentioning them. Golden Hope Mines intersects quartz bearing structures at Belland. I think that's in Quebec. Yeah, you'll have to look into this one here. Let's look at the large scale. Okay. Exploration and development of potentially large-scale gold and base metal projects suitable for underground and or open pit mining. That's what they're looking for. Their focus is in Quebec. Yeah, so anyway, I don't have time to get into all that. So this is our, like I said, our 3rd post since 28 cents in January, and it's been active, and there's been some updates. They've put out news fairly regularly, so that's one we can continue to keep an eye on. Also, GBB, Gold Bullion Development on the Venture Exchange. This one we have mentioned. This is our 11th post since 20 cents on March the 3rd. It's 66 cents. The 1.6 million showed up on the volume actives again. The 52-week high is 71 cents, which it did yesterday. So it's still breaking highs, even in this market when everything else seems to be flat. Now, so we first mentioned them on March the 3rd, January, February, March, be right around here, and it's had a nice sloping chart since then, and actually not the wild swings you might expect on a junior like this. Now, this is one thing that caught our eye, and we mentioned them again. June the 1st, Gold Bullion adds 2nd drill rig at Grenada Gold property. So some anticipation obviously built into those results, but they're in the right area. So let's see if they come up with the goods and a lot of activity. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that one. Also on the Venture Exchange, this is a new one. First time mentioning XL Gold Mining Inc. 12.5 up 2 cents, 19% move. So showed up on the percentage movers. almost 1.5 million shares traded, showed up on the volume actives, and it touched its 52-week high, which was 12.5 cents, which it did on June 29th of 2009. Slid down to around a nickel, bounced back and forth, and then boom, we're right back at that 52-week high. So we'll see if that's more than a one-day blip, or if that's going to follow through and translate into higher highs. On June the 9th, they announced a $230,000 private placement, and May the 12th they put out results. Let's see, on their Montalban property, gold values grading up to 6.77 grams gold and 24.29 grams of silver. There's some other results back here as well. So interesting spec. It's only a $12 million market cap. So technically it looks like something may be happening there, and they've got a little bit of money in the bank and some results coming. So I'd like to know what kind of activity to expect from this company over the summer, if that news flow is going to continue like it has been. Now this one here on the Toronto Stock Exchange, SBB, Sabina Gold and Silver Corp, 252 down 4, a little over 500,000 shares traded. We have mentioned Sabina. This is our fifth post since $1.56 on May the 4th. The 52-week high was 257, which it did yesterday. The low was 77 cents, which it did October the 2nd of last year. It's had a nice gradually sloping, and then this push here. Now it's been moving on the 20. Let's see, back on the 9th. They announced more exciting drill results at their Lamelate gold discovery at Back River Project Nunavut, and then on the 21st they announced another exciting new discovery at their Umwelt Lake in that same project, and there's earlier results on that same project, so you may want to look into those. There's financial results, $15 million bought deal, so a lot going on there, but I still don't have a feel for what's coming, but we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Wanted to give an update. And on the AMEX, this one popped up today. New symbol ADG, Allied Defense Group, 406 up at $1.42. I don't like this story. I wouldn't touch it. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying it's very complicated. However, I kind of had to mention it because it showed up on the dollar gainers up at $1.42, showed up on the percentage movers up 53%, and showed up on the volume actives 1.5 million shares. It's a $33 million company. The 52-week high was 7.25. That level will be important. You'll see in a second. Now look at this chart. When you see a flat line, a ledge like that, it usually means two things to me: either the stock's been halted or there's a buyout. And then when you see a sell-off afterwards, often it means, okay, this buyout or merger, whatever they were working on, fell apart. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened in this case. It seems, I haven't read all this, but the release mentions a $7.25 merger or buyout. There was some investigation by the Department of Defense. There was adjournments and special meetings, and now instead of, the reason it popped today is because they put out this news. Allied Defense Group announces definitive purchase agreement with Cameron Group. So instead of going ahead with the merger that I mentioned, they're going through. Yeah, instead of the merger, they're going through with a cash buyout of $59.6 million. It might be interesting. I'm not going to do the math, but if you, the stock's been up, $20, $30. If you, let's go back 10 years. That's a crazy chart there. But if you go back 5 years, you'll see the stock was 20, then it was probably around 7, and then boom, blew up here. But if you're a number cruncher, what you might want to look into is take the, I don't know, $60 million cash and 33 million market cap, but divide that by the 8 million shares outstanding, and that may be suggesting at first glance anyway that explains why the move is there, and you can figure out whether there's more in that or not, or whether it's a one-day blip. Just thought I'd mention it. And lastly, this MIPI, Molecular Insight Pharmaceuticals, 221 up 61, up 38%, showed up on the percentage movers, over 7 million shares traded, showed up on the volume actives, 25 million shares outstanding, $55 million company. They put out news yesterday, positive data from their Azedra phase 2 clinical trial in neuroblastoma tumors. So just started watching that one, and if I look at the longer term chart, we can see that this stock, around since 2007, has had a couple moves, mostly sideways or down, But anyway, it's active, so we'll keep an eye on it. That's about it for today. Do your homework, trade safely. We'll talk with you soon. Guru Trader videos and tweets are daily snapshots of 5 to 7 very active small and microcap stocks from all North American stock exchanges. We simply track stocks that are trading up significantly on news or making new highs on very high volume without any further consideration of company fundamentals. The point is to save time by focusing on only those stocks that are moving right now. Guru Trader symbols come from filtering market movers and from subjective observations. Our software cross-references today's volume actives, percent gainers, and dollar gainers, which are filtered down to just lower price stocks. We then look at each stock's charts for apparent uptrends and news headlines for obvious one-day-only events to exclude, like a buyout, or for longer-term growth-related news like financials, drill results, patent approvals, etc. to include. This is similar to how many traders look for new stocks as a starting point for further research with their financial and investment advisors. This is not an advisory service, and conflicts may exist as we sometimes take positions, or featured stocks may have bought online advertising or IR support services. Any content published by Investors Guru Small Cap Stock Observer is subject to the terms of our privacy policy and disclaimer at investorsguru.com. For our other small cap stock channels, follow Twitter's Guru Trader Tweet